How do I get men to notice me or approach me more?
Want a guy to chase you? Here's the secret you need to know. Men don't chase.
Okay, so currently what we're having right now is a large percentage of men are choosing to not date women anymore.
Ladies, I just want you to know that treating men transactionally will not...
It has always been transactional. Now it's more like a requirement to date modern women.
Where to find men with lots and lots of money?
A lot of women are desperate. And that includes myself. I'm going to say the hard part out loud so that other women don't feel the shame anymore.
My name is Imira, and this is my trick to get any guy to approach you.
Men just don't...
Seems men are still in high demand, but not too many women are getting lucky finding any. Kindly subscribe to the channel as it further supports us in our work. Thank you.
How to get a guy's attention. So if you're sick...
If you do not get approached by masculine men on the street, in restaurants, wherever you go, I have a solution for you.
Here's how to get men to flock to you.
Get ready to attract him like bees to honey.
And my friends are always so confused, like why guys don't come. Why does it feel like guys just don't open up or talk about their lives like girls do?
I've been single for so long that it's not even funny.
Men just don't need you anymore.
Ouch! No, I fear I'm too sensitive for this era of dating because I can't get on board with the talking to multiple people at once. I can't do it. I can't be on either end of that. I fear I will crash out because if I find out the person I'm seeing is talking to multiple people at once, I feel like I'm not being valued, that I'm not getting the attention I deserve, and that they just don't see any future with me, which is why they feel the need to talk to multiple people at once. And I can't be on the other end of the spectrum where I'm talking to multiple people because I feel like I'm not giving each person their fair chance. And I think that there's no possible way that I could get to know all these people equally with giving the same amount of effort if I'm talking to all of them at once. I'm too sensitive for this.
Okay, so currently what we're having right now is a large percentage of men are choosing to not date women anymore. Okay, a large percentage of men are choosing not to date women anymore. They just feel like there's hardly any benefit from it. They also feel like they don't really know what to do. They're scared to put the wrong foot forward. There's a lot of expectations on men these days. They're sitting on the fence, right? A lot of them are choosing not to date. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this is because you kind of need to know how these men are currently thinking right now, because this will help you with your question. What can we do to make a man that we see and like approach us so that he makes the first move?
Yeah, the reason men aren't approaching women is because we all aren't 6'2" Calvin Klein models. It's because of women's games. After approaching them, they reject them even when they give all the signals. We're hesitant to approach nowadays because the risk of being accused of harassment is stacked on top of the decent chance of rejection. Well, she's absolutely correct. A larger percentage of men have definitely stopped trying to pursue women, stopped trying to date them, or even engage with them. When we live in a society where men are seen as a threat for simply trying to approach a woman, it's no wonder things have come to this. Men are tired of walking on eggshells, constantly second-guessing whether a harmless interaction will be misinterpreted. And again, all of this is happening because of women, because of the unrealistic standards, the entitlement, and the culture of demonizing men for simply existing in the dating space. It's women who pushed the narrative that men should just know their place and not approach unless invited. It's women who encouraged the idea that rejecting a man isn't enough. He must also be mocked, shamed, or exposed online. Now, this is the result. We've got many women wondering why they aren't getting approached or pursued by men anymore.
Men don't need women. Women need men. Men could survive without women. If all the women disappeared tomorrow, men would be fine outside of reproduction. Women need men. If tomorrow they made artificial wombs, what would they need a woman for? Who's a better companion, men or women? So men built the world. All the hard jobs are done by men. If men disappeared tomorrow, society would collapse. Men built the world that we complain about. The thing is, men could survive without women. Because men can be alone, women can't. Women are social beings. We need attention. And men don't. You don't see women going out to the woods and just roughing it. That's a man thing. Yeah. Who's camping and fishing? It's not us.
Okay, if you want more dudes to like hit on you when you're going out to bars, like you feel like you don't get hit on that much, listen up. Instead of dressing up in like super nice outfits, I found that when I wear graphic t-shirts, I get spoken to more by dudes because I feel like it gives them like an opening line already. Like they're not very smart, so.
If you do not get approached by masculine men on the street, in restaurants, wherever you go, I have a solution for you. It's actually very simple. It has nothing to do with how you look. It has everything to do with your energy. This basically means that your energy is blocked. Your energy is screaming, do not talk to me, do not approach me. Your energy is very closed. Men feel that energy and they're scared. They're scared of rejection. They're scared of approaching you. When your energy is open, people can immediately feel it. First of all, you're going to be making eye contact with people. So when a person smiles at you, you're going to smile back at them. You're going to respond to their interaction with you. You're not going to approach them yourself, but you will invite the conversation. When your energy is open, you open yourself up to meet more new people, and hence you start attracting more men into your life and you start getting approached everywhere you go.
I will agree that some women's energies push men away, and that's why they don't get approached. But it's not because men are scared to approach them. It's because men can sense that it's not going to be a pleasant encounter. It's not about fear, it's about discernment. Men have learned to read the room. If a woman gives off an entitled, combative, or unapproachable vibe, why would a man willingly walk into that? Nowadays, a lot of men are tired of being disrespected, mocked, or treated like they're disposable. So instead of trying to break through a cold exterior or play guessing games, they just keep it moving. That doesn't mean they lack courage. It means they've gained wisdom. At some point, men stop chasing validation and start protecting their peace. And if a woman gives off the energy that she's not interested, judgmental, or difficult to please, most men would rather skip the headache than waste time trying to prove themselves to someone who clearly doesn't want to be approached in the first place.
What to wear to make you more attractive to the boys. But before anyone comes at me, you don't need to do these things. But if you want to change it up a little bit and get the guys chasing you, here are some tips.
What does a girl get to do if she always relied on dating apps and now she realizes what's out there, it's not acceptable? And I need to go out there and shine with my bright f***ing personality. But I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know what to say to them. Like, hey. That's all I got. Help. What, like, I have no game. How do I talk to men? I'm genuinely asking. What do I do?
Ladies, I just want you to know that treating men transactionally will not change how men treat you.
Sure. Except for in those cases where it almost always absolutely will. Because contrary to popular opinion, most men are actually rather observant and do understand when they're being used.
It will only reveal their extremely transactional nature to you as a woman who has been taught to give your value away for free.
Or, as more likely is the case, the guy actually understands what is going on and how the woman is currently viewing their relationship and is going to treat the woman precisely the way that she is treating him.
It will not only radicalize you, but it's also an excellent vetting strategy and an excellent way to
stay single. Yes, I said it. Because if you're going to use someone in a relationship in a transactional manner, please do the rest of us a favor and just stay single.
Because you as a woman have been taught to accept the bare minimum and the idea of love and romance in exchange for cold, hard labor. That is what men expect from you every time, I promise.
I wouldn't put much stake in that promise, but then again, I always consider the source.
Well, another term for transactional is prostitution, but you won't ever hear them come out right and just say that. This is why so many women are single, listening to single women, making it all about transactions. What's even more frustrating is that some of these women today are obsessed with pretending they're being mistreated in relationships. They love to play the victim, not because they're actually suffering, but because it gives them power and attention. This woman even said, Treating men transactionally will not change how men treat you, insinuating that it's okay to use men as long as you do it with a smile. These same women will cry that men are emotionally unavailable, but they never stop to consider that maybe men are just tired of being used, tired of being reduced to their bank account or status. And when that game doesn't work anymore, they claim they're being mistreated or undervalued, when in reality, they were never trying to build anything real to begin with.
I hate to be the one to say this to women out there, but men just don't need you anymore. Men do not need women anymore. It's taken a while, but men have finally seen the light and realised that women are just not worth the hassle. Now, any women watching this, you might not want to believe this is the truth. You might actually laugh and find it quite hard to believe, purely because of everything that's going on at the moment, all the man hating on social media and women thinking 100% that they have the upper hand. But I am here to tell you, as Tabby who tells the truth, that the tides are officially turning. Men have realised that they don't need you anymore. They're not going to be running after you, chasing you, trying to buy you dinner, sending you loads of messages and compliments, because they've had enough. They actually realise, especially men of a certain age who have gone through a lot of SHIT with women before, that it's just not worth the hassle. They're happier with their friends, they're happier with just seeing their children, they're happier with their pets, their hobbies, and that it's women that actually need men, not the other way around. They may not realise this right now, but even on the most basic level, women need men for the human race to continue. Yes, I know the same as vice versa, but they do need men. But there are so many other reasons why women are going to realise that they actually do want men. I'm actually waiting for things to turn and the whole Prince Charming thing to come back again and women to be like wanting a man so badly. But yeah, at the moment, men are realising, I see it all over my comments, that they just don't need women anymore. And I just can't wait to see when women finally realise this. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you agree? Have you officially had enough of women? And have a great Thursday.
So true. I've had enough. I am fed up of getting controlled and cheated on, being lied to, being used, and being mentally abused. Sadly true, I love women and females' company, but the drama, no thanks. If you get the return, it's worth it. But all too often it's take, and high expectations, and still not satisfied. Men don't care if women believe this or not. Times have changed, and our gender has had enough. I agree, most men have come to their senses and realized that chasing women is just a waste of time, energy, and especially resources. This realization didn't come from hating women. It came from realizing that women do not appreciate good men. They use them, they take them for granted, and they break them. Men gave their loyalty, patience, and consistency, thinking that doing right would earn them love and respect. But over and over, they saw that the more they gave, the less they were valued. This isn't bitterness, it's growth. It's the realization that peace is better than chaos, that self-respect is more important than temporary validation, and that chasing someone who doesn't see your value is the quickest way to lose yourself. Being good, loyal, respectful, and emotionally available often didn't get them love. It got them taken for granted. In fact, some women see kindness as weakness. They exploit it, drain a man dry, emotionally and financially, then move on without a second thought.
So if you want to approach more women, you might be asking, how do I find out whether she's potentially interested in me? If this is something that you struggle with, then this video is for you. Okay, so let's say that you go to a social event and that woman keeps looking over at you. She might be smiling. That is her nudge for you to go over and speak to her. In that moment, she's giving you the invitation for you to go over and ask her if she wants to have a drink with you.
No! We're sick of no one approaching us, so we're doing a social experiment and seeing if anyone comes to say hi while we're out.
How do you make a man provide for you? This is the kind of question I keep hearing repeatedly. You cannot make a man do anything. If this is not his mindset, if this is not the way he was brought up, or if this is not in his value system, you cannot make him do that. A man who's masculine with good family values, a man who's truly in his masculine, healthy energy will do all these things without you even asking. Even if you are not the type of woman who wants to be provided for, this kind of man will do this anyway because this is just the way he is. You cannot make an immature boy who's in his feminine energy or wounded masculine energy provide for you or care for you or love you. The only way to be provided for, taken care of, adored, is to attract a masculine man. A 50-50 man or a man in his feminine, wounded masculine energy who's closed, who's stingy, who's not generous, he will never truly love you because it also means that he's emotionally blocked.
Or maybe he's not providing for you because you're not bringing anything to the table. Many women today define masculine as a man who just keeps giving and giving, financially, emotionally, physically, while they sit back with their arms crossed, doing the bare minimum, expecting everything in return. That's not femininity, that's entitlement. She also mentioned that a man who's not constantly giving is emotionally blocked and selfish, which is completely incorrect. If a man pulls back, it doesn't automatically mean he's emotionally unavailable. It could mean he's tired of being taken advantage of. It could mean he's setting boundaries. It could mean he's finally choosing peace over a one-sided dynamic. If a man doesn't feel appreciated, if he's constantly giving and getting nothing in return, no respect, no softness, no support, he's going to stop pouring into that relationship. And that's not selfish, that's self-preservation.
So a new study shows millennial men are not as interested as going out as the women. Yeah, that study was not needed because we already know that. We already know that. See, most men have checked out the game completely. The game used to be fun. It used to be rewarding. There used to be benefits to the game. Now there isn't. Most men prefer to go to work, after work, hit the gym, go home, shower, throw on your PJs, eat some food, and get on the game, whether that be the PlayStation, Xbox. And it's just way more peaceful. And of course, I went to the comment section of that post, and there was a bunch of women in there saying that the men were broke because they didn't want to go out and spend their money on them. I want you to let that sit in. The women that don't have money are calling the men broke because the men don't want to go out and spend their money on people they don't know.
He's not wrong. A lot of men are completely done with dating and relationships. We rather stay and never chase women again. Went on a date for the first time in 5 years last month. Spent around $140. Got ghosted 3 days later. We not going out because we are the ones paying for everything. We've got hip to the scam. Dating, relationships, and marriage are scams that have no benefit for us as men. Stay single, fellas.
My friend really cracked the code this weekend about how to get a guy to come to you at a bar and buy you a drink. I want to preface by saying she is an ethereal goddess, finesser, seducer. So we went to a concert on Sunday and then went out after in LA, which first of all, holy shit, one of my favorite, best nights out in LA. Anyways, we walk into the bar, club, and it's lit. It's packed. I do not even want to know how much a drink there costs. There's a guy at the bar. We're kind of just like waiting behind him, but we obviously don't want to buy these expensive ass drinks. So he's kind of noticing us, and my friend looks at me and goes, I'm going to wink at him. He's going to turn around and look at me, and I'm going to wink at him, and he's going to buy us a drink. So he turned around. She hit him with a wink, a little, just a little face. And not only did he buy us one drink, but all night we would go to the dance floor, go talk to people, mingle around, and then go back to him and be like, what's up? What's poppin'? Time for another round. The glass is empty. So yeah, sometimes the eye contact is not enough. You got to throw in a wink. I am not a winker. I've never winked at anybody in my life. But last weekend, someone winked at me, and I am still thinking about it. Oh my God. Practice the wink. Get the drink. I just made that up. It's more like give the wink, get the drink.
And this is what men have to watch out for. Women who go to bars simply trying to get free drinks from men. What do you call someone like that? Oh, that's right. A leech, a parasite. Someone who takes without giving anything. And the crazy part? They do this shamelessly, even bragging about it online like it's some kind of accomplishment. Girl, I didn't pay for a single drink tonight, as if that's something to be proud of. Meanwhile, the men they exploited are left standing there, realizing they just wasted their time and money on someone who never had any real interest in them to begin with. That being said, I do have to hold the men accountable for willingly paying for free drinks for women who have no intention of getting to know them. If a woman is only talking to you because you're offering her a drink, that should be your first red flag. If she disappears right after, that should be your second. And if you keep doing it anyway, thinking that spending money will somehow win her over, then you're setting yourself up for failure. The reality is, these women aren't interested in you. They're interested in what you can give them.
Something that is not talked about nearly enough is the fact that men will fall in love with a woman the most and the deepest when she respects him. If you're a woman and you're in a relationship but you do not respect your man, he is not going to love you as much as he could love you, as much as he would love you if he knew that you deeply admired and respected him. Men crave admiration and respect just as much as women crave love. Yes, they crave love as well, but they really, really need respect.
What's going on?
Men get so offended when hot and successful women also want to date hot and successful men. And obviously the term success is like very subjective, but if a woman is doing well for herself, why would she not expect that out of her life partner? Make it make sense, guys.
How to get guys to approach you in the gym. Y'all always ask me this question every video. Drop something, let them pick it up, and start a conversation with you. Drop something right next to them. Play dumb, ask them how to use the machine, and then let them come on to you. If they don't come on to you after that, after you make eye contact, drop something, make them bend down and pick it up, then grab whatever they're giving you out their hand and kind of touch it a little bit and give them a little eye contact. If they don't chase you after that, they don't want you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's it. You can't make a man chase you if he don't want you. So drop something and play dumb. Give him the opportunity to know that if he said something, you might say something back. If he don't do it, move along. Okay? Will men avoid eye contact if you ugly? Yes. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You look good, they're going to be trying to make eye contact. All right. Men only avoid eye contact with women who are ugly. And y'all know that's true. They'll be like, I don't want her thinking I think anything. They be looking at the floor, at the ceiling, looking for aliens and everything if you ugly. Okay, is that a UFO?
Really confusing, isn't it? Why are women now asking how to get men at the gym when they were the ones who told them to stay away in the first place? Men got the message loud and clear. Leave women alone at the gym. And guess what? They listened. They put in their headphones, focused on their workouts, and stopped engaging. And now that the attention and validation are gone, women are realizing they might have shot themselves in the foot. This is the consequence of pushing men away for too long. When they finally stop trying, it's not as easy to get them back. Keep in mind, when a bunch of women are complaining that men aren't approaching them, it's usually not that no men are approaching. It's that the men they want aren't approaching them. It's their crush. This is why so many women say, "Where are all the good men?" When the truth is, those men have been around the whole time. They just weren't the ones she was paying attention to. It's not a lack of men. It's a lack of the right men in their eyes.
This is the best way to give a guy a green light to approach you if you're working in a coffee shop. I used to do this all the time. It had such a high success rate, and I tell all my single girlfriends to do this, and it has a high success rate for them too. So most of the time, you're working on your laptop, right? Let's say you see a cute guy, you know he sees you. Let's say you make eye contact, you might all of a sudden like look back down and just go back to it, and you just hope that he'll come over. No. This is what you want to do. You make eye contact, give a little smile, and when you look down, keep smiling. Keep smiling like you have that like giddiness, like like you're so excited. This gives a guy a green light, okay? He thinks, she's excited about me. There's a little bit of electricity in the air. And then they are way more likely to go up to you. As before, if you just make eye contact, look down and pretend that there's nothing there, he might be like, oh, is that just a coincidence that we made eye contact? I don't know. So make eye contact, smile, look down, keep smiling. Trust me.
The fastest and the only way to get a man to value you is to literally have him be investing in you, okay? If he is not providing for you, if he is not spending on you, if he is not doing something to add to your life, make your life tangibly better somehow, that man is just wasting your time.
The irony, of course, is that the women who spout this stuff don't seem to realize that the very same principles that they're trying to teach apply to them. In fact, were we to apply those principles, as I said, the very ones these women are teaching to each other, to them, well, anyone who reads the comments on my videos from women would know they don't like it.
I think many of these types of women have made it clear to men how to identify a leech versus a genuine woman. If a woman thinks the only way a man can value her is if he invests in her financially, paying for expensive dates, funding her lifestyle, or showering her with gifts, then she's already exposed herself. A genuine woman brings value through her character. A leech, on the other hand, operates on entitlement. She believes that just by existing, she deserves a man's money, time, and resources, without offering anything meaningful in return. But here's the irony. The very men these women chase, the wealthy, high-value guys they think will fund their princess dreams, don't take them seriously. Those men see them for what they are, temporary entertainment, not long-term partners. Meanwhile, the good men who might have genuinely valued them, they've already walked away, choosing women who actually appreciate them.
Apparently I'm a lesbian because every single guy that I'm with seems to forget that there's supposed to be a man in the relationship. So instead, I'm just stuck with two women, me and him.
Guys, it's so weird to be dating someone that's actually fucking nice to me. Who knew? Like, I was worth being nice to.
I'm confused how two beautiful women.
And what exactly could have these two beautiful women confused?
Can't even get talked to.
Let's consider the possibilities. The first being that a lot of guys probably already assume that one is probably in a relationship, so it's not worth their time to bother. The second is that a lot of attractive women have put out there that unless a guy is up to their standards, they're not even going to consider him. So if a guy isn't certain that he's going to meet those high standards, then he's not going to try. Also, a lot of guys are tired of having their hearts broken, of being rejected, and they're just not wanting to have a relationship, so that's another reason. But I think the biggest reason is what a lot of women have put out there themselves on social media, is that they want men to leave them alone. They'd rather choose the bear, and that they don't need men at all. And the men have been hearing this. They've been listening. And so, unfortunately for those women that do want to be approached by men, a lot of other women have actually put a stop to that. So if one is wondering why men don't approach women anymore, I think one knows where to lay the blame.
You guys, I just can't find a single man that I like. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just keep going on these dates and I find myself getting bored. I'm bored on these dates. It's draining. I feel like I have to make the conversation. I have to, like, really make things flow. They're not flowing naturally. And then dating gets draining and it's just a circle. It's a circle. You know what I mean? Where, like, I just don't know.
Or maybe the man you're looking for doesn't exist. If you've been on all these dates, madam, and you get bored by every single one, then maybe the problem isn't the men, it's you. Maybe no man will ever be exciting enough because you're chasing an illusion, an unrealistic fantasy of a perfect man who checks every box on your endless list. This is what happens when women have rosters. They date multiple guys at the same time, use them for free meals, and then get confused about who to pick, because none of them are good enough. They're so busy juggling men-like options on a menu that they never actually build a real connection with anyone. It's all about who can impress them the most, who can offer the best lifestyle, who can entertain them the longest before they get bored and move on to the next. At this point, they should just carve and sculpt the man they want from stone, because that's the only way they'll get someone who meets their impossible standards.
Where to find men with lots and lots of money. So I'm a big believer in, if you look good, the men will find you. So let me say that again. If you look good, you're leveled up, you've had your surgeries, maybe you didn't need surgeries, but you've done your best. You've leveled up, you've had your surgeries, you've got your weave in, you've got your hair done, you've got your nails on, you've got nice outfits, you've gone to the gym, you've lost the weight. Most men will find you. Money was attracted to things that look good, especially men that are earning a lot. A lot of people say they have to go here, they have to go there, but as long as you look good and you're not standing in areas that have high crime rates and you're just doing your best, you know, I'm not saying that you need to go straight into really plush places. Now, you can do that. You can go to really fancy places, but I'm a big believer that money follows beauty. I'm a really big believer in that. You know, I've heard stories of girls working in coffee shops. They were pretty girls, and some guy would come in for his lunch break, see the pretty girl every day, and you know how the rest of the story goes. He ends up providing for her, and he was wealthy. Now, if you want a billionaire, that is a little bit more tricky, but I still think that even a billionaire would follow a very beautiful woman.
You know, they have a name for women who are out here solely to find men for money, but we don't even need to spell it out. The reality is that lifestyle is temporary. You can play the get the bag game for a while, but it has an expiration date. Even if these women do manage to land a man with money, chances are he won't stick around for long. Why? Because those types of women don't know how to deal with a high-value man. They're not built for that kind of relationship. They're not there for love. They're just looking for help. They want to skip the work and cash in on someone else's grind. But men who've built something for themselves aren't dumb. They can spot a leech from a mile away. A man who has options isn't going to waste time on a woman who brings drama, entitlement, and nothing but a pretty face, especially when he knows that as soon as the money slows down, so will her loyalty. These women aren't looking for partnership. They're looking for survival. They want to be rescued. At the end of the day, beauty fades, but character stays. And when all a woman brings is her handout, sooner or later, the man she's chasing will pull his hand away.
It's just how it works. I mean, if you are a very pretty girl, it's much easier for you to get out of poverty than anyone else in the world, okay? It's like the easiest thing ever. So literally all you have to do is look good. Don't go to places with high crime rates, okay? And go to places that are decent. It doesn't always have to be like super luxurious. And just pick the right targets. That's what I would say. And also don't go for super young men, obviously. Okay? I mean, you could still get coins out of them, but I think, you know, if you're going for generational wealth and you're going for young men, it's best to go for the dad. Okay? So just look good. That's really the most important recipe. That's all I can tell you. Look good, have confidence, and money will follow you no matter where you go, because whatever city you go to, as long as you look good as a woman, men will take notice. No matter what city you go to, no matter where you live, men are always going to notice a pretty girl, no matter where she is, okay? That's why men pull over on the street in their cars when they see pretty girls alone. That's why men will come up and talk to girls no matter where they are. They are triggered. They feel the need to talk. They feel the need to spend some, obviously, and feel the need to take care of you. So it works different for them. So that's why you just have to look good no matter where you go. It's so important. And whatever city you're in, men will take notice of you.
It is true that men are attracted to beauty, but what women don't understand is that beauty isn't what keeps him. It's just what caught his attention. Yeah, a billionaire might find a woman attractive, but the real question is, what more is beyond that? What does she bring besides looks? Because once the initial attraction wears off, substance is what keeps a man around. This mentality of going for men with money while using beauty as leverage is nothing more than a sex exchange deal dressed up as dating. It's transactional. She's thinking, I'm giving you my looks and body, now you owe me a lifestyle. But men who've worked hard for their money aren't looking for deals. They're looking for peace, loyalty, and real companionship. And if a woman brings none of that to the table, he'll enjoy the moment and move on. No commitment, no investment, just a quick trade, and it's over.
So I was just sitting here scrolling and I came across a video of a girl talking about dating apps, and she was talking about Hinge and Bumble and how they're just not that great. And she was saying how in 2025, people are finding serious relationships on Tinder. And I'm very surprised by that, because the last I knew, Tinder was where you went for something casual or if you weren't looking for something serious. But I was reading all the comments. So many people had positive things to say about it, and like that they met people, they're in a relationship, they just got engaged, whatever it was, like a lot of positive comments. So I'm like, I don't know. Apparently Tinder just went through this rebranding, and I guess that's the direction they're going in, is for people to be finding something serious on there. So I don't know. Is this what we're doing in 2025? Is Tinder what we're doing? I think I might have to check it out.
How do I get men to notice me or approach me more? This is something that a lot of clients ask me, and I always get them to do this one exercise. And when they start doing this, they immediately have more men coming up saying hi to them, complimenting them, opening doors for them, or even asking for their number. And it's not even anything crazy. It's simply these 3 things. Move slower. As you slow down, it actually gives men more reaction time to notice you, come up to you, and even potentially hold the door for you. The slowness also makes you seem more approachable versus rushing around, not looking at anyone. You kind of give off this energy like you don't want to be approached. The second part of this is to hold eye contact. Make eye contact with people around you. And it doesn't mean intense eye contact, but, give it a couple seconds. And the third part is smile. These 3 things will make you seem significantly more approachable. Try this exercise and see what happens. And if the idea of maintaining eye contact or presenting yourself as more open feels really intimidating, check the caption for some more tips.
The fact that so many women are now trying to approach men, trying to get men to approach them, proves that the dynamic has shifted, and not in their favor. You see it everywhere. Women making TikToks asking, "Where are all the good men?" Women making excuses for why they can't find a decent guy. Women putting themselves in places where men gather, hoping someone, anyone, will approach them. They never thought they'd have to put in effort. But now that the free attention and validation are drying up, they're realizing they actually have to try. At the end of the day, men are simple creatures. They don't ask for much. They don't need extravagant displays of affection or someone bending over backward to impress them. They just want a woman who values them for who they are, not for what they can provide. The problem today is that women have overcomplicated everything. They expect men to jump through hoops, meet impossible standards, and provide constant excitement, all while putting in the bare minimum themselves.